Welcome to today's episode of How the Game Was Won. And today we're looking at a specific game played between Wang with white pieces and Bacrot with the black pieces. This game played at the European Club Cup 2015. And without further ado, let's see how this specific game developed out of a classical King's Indian opening. Beginning obviously d4, knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, e4, d6, h3, castles, knight f3, e5, d5, knight h5, g3, f5, e takes an f, g takes an f, knight g5, knight f6, g4, queen e8, g takes an f5, bishop takes an f5, bishop e3, knight a6, rook g1, king h8, bishop d3, e4, bishop e2, knight c5, queen d2, c6, castle long, c takes in d5, c takes in d5, rook c8, rook, king b1, a6, h4, b5, knight e6, knight takes in e6, d takes in e6, b4, e7, queen takes in e7, knight a4, a5, queen takes in d6, queen takes in d6, rook takes in d6, rook f to d8, rook takes in d8 with check, and rook takes in d8. And coming out of the, working our way straight through to the mid to late part of the middle game, you can see that the position looks almost equal, but Wang has seen deeper into this position than what Bacrot has seen. And looking at the almost equal type of position, we've got for instance, a 2 versus 2 pawn position on the queen side, and you've got a 2 versus 2 pawn position on the king side of the board as well. Both players have got both bishops, both players have got a knight, and both players have got a rook. So let's see how this develops a little bit further. In this position, Wang uncorked the superb rook g5, because the bishop can't really move at all, because if the bishop moves, for instance, if this bishop moves, then simply the a5 pawn is going to fall. So that leaves Bacrot with a really tricky position to have to defend. Continue with rook d5, knight d6. Now in this position, Bacrot should have come up with something along the lines of h6 with knight d5, h takes in g5, knight takes in f6, bishop takes in f6, h takes in g5, and bishop e5, which is a pawn down position, but at least in this situation, black has some drawing chances with the situation of both bishops on the board that are working cohesively along good solid diagonals in the defensive position, and the diagonals that the bishops are defending are at least covering both of the next possible squares that passed g pawn could possibly progress towards. But instead of that, Bacrot played rook e5, which allowed bishop d4, e3 with check, king c1, rook e4, bishop takes an f6, bishop takes an f6, rook takes an f5, and in this situation white has won a piece, and Wang will be able to convert the position in spite of the limited material that's still left on the board, and the fact that we're looking at an opposite colored bishop entering. But even though the bishops are of opposite color, Wang has got that extra knight, which proves telling. We continue with e takes an f2, bishop d3, rook e1 with check, King c2, bishop takes an h4, knight d5, king g7, rook f4, rook h1, knight e3, rook h2, knight f1, rook h3, bishop e4, bishop f6, rook takes an f2, a4, rook f3, rook h4, bishop d3, rook h5, b3, a takes in b3, a takes in b3, rook c5, bishop c4, h5, knight e3, h4, knight d5, bishop e5, king d3, bishop d6, king e4, rook a5, king f5, rook a1, king g4, rook h1, knight e3, and in this position Bacrot called it a day because he's simply not able to defend that piece that is down. The Bacrot's h pawn is going to be falling, and then in short order that b pawn will be falling, and it will just be a matter of time before that b pawn is able to maraud its way all the way up the board and seal the deal. So Bacrot resigned, Wang won, and that is effectively how the game was won. And what is important within the tournament situation is that Wang's victory gave his Siberian team a draw in the match. But that was how the game was won. Feel free to share this video out amongst all of your chess friends. Remember to post any comments, questions or criticisms that you have in the comment section down below. That way you'll be helping me to produce better video content for you in the videos going ahead into the future. Remember to click the thumbs up button if you like this type of content, thumbs down if not, and last but by no means least, if you're watching this video within YouTube, take a look just below the video screen is a big red subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, that way you stay subscribed to my channel for all the new content that comes out on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. Until we meet next time for another episode of How the Game Was Won. Stay carved up for the win. Take care out there. I'll see you next time. Cheers.